Are y'all dumb or are you stupid?
Get your ass off the plane.
I would get back to my truck right now if you let me out of these handcuffs. If you don't, it's got to be a mistake, sir. I promise.
75,000 people watching. You guys fucked up. You gonna wait 40 minutes? I'm going to park and bring you home.
Some celebrities are so used to getting their way that they might think they're immune to the law.
Just the rest of the most famous man in the world.
But what happens when these entitled celebrities get the ultimate reality check?
This is why people do not like police officers.
In this video, we'll cover 3 examples of this. Starting with Yusuf Saleh Erakat, popularly known to his 10 million subscribers on YouTube as Fuzi2. On August 8th, 2023, Fuzi2 was live streaming to over 70,000 people when he decided to call 911 claiming he was being held at gunpoint in his hotel room.
There's a gun to my head right now. There's a gun to my head. Help, ma'am, he left. Ma'am, he left. There's a gun to my head. Help, get them. Help, bye. Ma'am, Intercontinental, what's my room number? Help.
And when the officers arrived at the hotel room, they found the hysterical Fuzi2 who claimed that someone had called his room and was threatening his mom.
Hi, it's me again. Remember me? He posted a video. He was on live yesterday calling my mom. I have his face, everything recorded. He goes, remember me? He threatened my life tonight. He said exactly where I am out loud. Room, everything. I literally told him, if I see you, I'm sticking a knife 9 inches in your neck and I'm sliding it down your penis. He gave me his address.
And how does he know where you're staying at?
He's a stalker.
Okay, and who is this guy?
I don't know.
How do you want us to look for him if you don't know where he is?
I have his address.
What is his address?
I said grab my security 20 minutes ago.
As Fuzi is telling his side of the story, he becomes very agitated, raising his voice at the officers. But the officers would soon find out from his security guard that Fuzi had been off his meds and hadn't slept in several days.
He's supposed to be taking medication. He's off his meds for like 3 days. My point of contact just told me that whoever deals with him, they told me he's off his meds.
And we get in contact with that point of contact?
Yes.
What is the relationship with your point of contact? Who's that person?
I guess that's either his business partner or someone that deals with him on a daily basis. I guess that's what he works for.
How would they know he's off his meds?
He said it himself. And he said it himself on the live stream.
The security guard tells officers that he's been off his meds for 2 days, and it's now becoming more clear that Fuzi may be going through some kind of mental health breakdown.
I'm out. He just went out. Dog, I'm live streaming. I'm the most famous guy on the internet right now. A guy calls my mom yesterday and says I'm gonna slit your throat.
The officers talk amongst themselves and agree that the next plan of action was to get him to a mental hospital for help immediately.
You guys are dumb as fuck, man. You guys are literally dumb as fuck. Oh, yeah. Hey, record this. Security, come in here now. Yo, for my protection, come in here. He can't come in? Y'all are I'm suing all y'all. My life is in danger and you arrest a Palestinian Muslim who's viral? Are y'all dumb or are you stupid?
Oh, and 75,000 people watching. You guys.
Who is this person that you said?
I'm not talking to you anymore. I need a lawyer.
You're not arrested. You're gonna get bigger at them.
Yeah, but you guys just up in front of 70. I swear to God, on my mother's life. I'm a good person. I'm a civilian. I'm sober. I'm changing the world. I have more eyes on me than the president has on this country. The kids are listening to me. Andrew Tate invited me to Romania. I'm a chosen messenger. Y'all just arrested me. You don't know what you just did. My life was in danger.
You're going to get bigger at it.
What?
You're going to get bigger at it. You're going to mental facility. Okay?
Why?
Because you're not completely there.
When he's being escorted out, the officers listen as Fuzi goes on an egotistical rant, saying that he's a good person, that he's changing the world, that he has more eyes on him than the president, which would further convince the cops that they needed to find him help as soon as possible.
Mentally going through some episodes.
What about the guy who called me?
People are after you.
Right, see, you can hear the guy on the phone? That the hell is going on right now? You're getting fired. You're getting fired.
They've been saying for years.
I swear to God, you're getting fired. Wallahi, on the low side of Al-Qaeda, you're getting fired.
Okay. I don't believe it, but you can do whatever you want.
You don't know what you did tonight. You're the most influential man in America. 7.8 million. I signed a $77 million cake brand deal today. Just from my live stream. You just arrested the most famous man in America. Yes, my life's in danger. He said he's gonna slit my mom's throat. You arrested the wrong guy. Wallahi, you're fired. Wallahi, you're fired. One more and you're fired. Hey, can you take a picture and post this on the internet? No, y'all are NPCs. Never mind. Hey, he doesn't even his wife right.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
I don't know why y'all have to arrest me, dog.
Nobody's arresting you.
Oh, you're gonna go put medicine needles in me? I'm gonna try to sedate me? Hospital.
Fuzi is then put inside the cop car as he continues to talk about how much money he's worth and his connection to Andrew Tate. He's then escorted to a mental health facility.
You are gonna touch me, look at that. Don't let your dick get hard. You arrested the wrong dude, dog. I'm $77 million. It don't matter, you put arrested on me. You arrested me, you didn't believe me, you walked out of the room. I have it on video, 70,000 people saw it. They're already reporting you, dog. To your fucking officer. Hey, fire this.
Fuzi Tube was detained but never arrested or charged with a crime. Thankfully, the cops were there to help him work through a dangerous mental situation. But what happens when the cops involved decide to give the celebrity special treatment?
You gonna wait 40 minutes, and I'm gonna be on a private plane home. Get your ass off the plane for a second.
He's Odell Beckham. You follow football?
Oh my God!
That's Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham. Can I get his signature from it? I'll give him another opportunity, Mr. Beckham.
On November 27th, 2022 officers were dispatched to the Miami International Airport to handle a medical emergency. Before departing, the flight attendants were unable to wake one of the passengers on board who was going in and out of consciousness. That passenger was identified as Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. Upon receiving the call, the police rushed to his aid.
I don't know, he said he's like that, he's been like that.
Yeah.
Waking up or whatever?
No, you know it. He opens up his eyes. Sir, are you able to get up? Can you get up, please? You okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong? The airline's called for you, sir. I don't know what it is.
You good?
How you doing, bud? Helping you, we don't know responsive, but we're trying to get to announcements and questions. He's probably on a deep sleep. You know where you're at, sir? Everything, everything? It's probably tired. Okay. He looks good to me.
Where's his pants?
Oh, sorry?
Where's the baby's pants?
What do you mean?
He's only got his underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on.
Are they on now? Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't on before? No.
Okay.
Go back, Frank. Okay. Go back. We're good. Yes. Yeah?
He cops ask Odell a few questions but ultimately decide that medically he seems fine. But then one of the flight attendants speaks up to the officers trying to get them to understand the bigger issue at hand. They can't seem to get him to buckle his seatbelt.
You know how many times we've shaken him to put his seatbelt on and he stays calm?
If you don't want him to fly, that's a decision that you guys are going to have to make. That's, you know, you tell the captain, and then we'll get him out, but that's something that you guys got to make.
Multiple times, multiple people. Hey, sir, put your seatbelt on. All we're getting is this.
This is a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, it's just 5 hours.
And that's up to you guys.
Yeah,
That's up to you guys. But medically, if he doesn't want us to check him out, I can't make it. And I don't really say anything wrong. He might be tired or have taken a long trip and doesn't want to follow orders. That's a whole other animal. He told him he just came from a club.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. He's tired.
Even though the flight attendant is explaining to the officers that Odell is being uncooperative, they don't help. Instead, they continue to offer excuses for Odell and even discuss what NFL teams he's played for in the past.
He played for the Giants. He played for the Rams. Who's he playing now? I don't think he's in the league right now. I don't think they've signed him. I didn't hear you. You know he doesn't want to come out. He does not want to come out?
Just what he said.
Okay. Advise the sergeant to come here. Motor 70's on
He
hold.
needs to come off.
We're going to have to deport everybody. First class.
In
And then,
first class? Okay.
no.
The entire...
It's 2,000. I believe it's a whole plane. You got to deport the whole plane. $2,000 No. Ready? Yeah.
Shall I take... I'm going to take
Not
that
yet.
for that.
Well, let's see. I think he's still talking to him. Because we can't do anything until a supervisor doesn't get it. He was refusing to come off?
Oh.
Okay.
Here we go.
Alcohol.
The flight attendants go back to Odell and ask him to put his seatbelt on or get off the plane. He refuses to do both, and therefore the entire plane is forced to deboard. Meanwhile, the officers gush over the fact that he's on the plane.
He's Odell Beckham. You follow football? Oh my God! It's Odell. Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham. Get out of here. No, it's not. Yeah. So someone is involved? The captain wants him off. They were taxiing out. Yeah. They want Odell Beckham. What is he? I mean, what has he done to make him want to? Can I get his signature for that? If they're afraid they're going to have him make emergency? Yeah. Okay, I got it. That's my phone.
The officers then break the news to Odell that if he refuses to leave, he'll force everyone to evacuate the plane. And they do it in probably the most gentle way imaginable.
How you doing, man? Can I speak to you for a second? Yeah, listen.
393-830.
How you doing, bro? Rene Garcia, Sergeant with Miami-Dade Police Department. Nice to meet you. Listen, unfortunately, it's not our decision. Just listen, apparently you were passed out. They had to wake you up. Everything's gonna happen, brother. I want to avoid any embarrassments or any issues. The crew, the captain's the one that makes the final decision. Right now, for whatever reason, they're asking you to leave. We're gonna rebook you on the next flight. I don't want it. Okay, well, this is what's gonna happen.
As soon as I get off, you can do whatever you gotta do.
We're gonna have to deplane everybody on this plane, and then you're still gonna get off.
That's fine.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I would like less a dickhead.
Fine. So we're gonna have to go through that process. Then we're gonna ask you, okay? All right, much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay.
What's your name again?
Sergeant Garcia, Rene Garcia. Okay.
During his entire interaction, the officer is beyond courteous to Odell. Despite the fact that he's the one causing the delay, the officer starts off by calmly waiting to speak to him until he's off of the phone. Then he introduces himself before blaming the decision to ask him to leave onto the captain. And as they discuss the issue further, the officer says to Odell that he wants to avoid any embarrassment and even thanks him at the end of their encounter.
You don't have to talk to him. Everything wrong with the world. Look at me to get off the plane for you. I would never, ever in my life get off the plane for you. Specifically you. Maybe everybody else. I would get off the plane. This shit don't mean nothing to me. Ain't no way you can look at me. Ever.
Guys, just don't forget for them. Just
You gonna wait 40 minutes and I'm gonna be on a private plane home.
Good.
Yeah. Your fat ass. Yeah, I will. Get your ass off the plane for a second. Yeah, I bet. Enjoy the cheese board on the way home. So ugly ass. Shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Got like fucked up. I'm sorry. All you had to do was wake me up.
At this point, the other passengers are starting to lose their cool, which makes sense because Odell can't seem to follow the most basic instructions and is therefore forcing everyone to get off the plane. Meanwhile, the officers are standing by and letting him insult the other passengers. He even says to someone, "You're going to wait 40 minutes and I'm going to be on a private plane home." Most people wouldn't get away with that kind of entitlement, but I guess if you play for the NFL, officers will let that behavior slide. The paramedic then comes on board to make sure Odell is healthy enough to fly.
What we're gonna do is just check the blood pressure, we're gonna do check out the conscious and your blood sugar, okay? Sorry, we're having a bad day.
The paramedic actually apologized to Odell, saying, "I'm sorry you're having a bad day." Somehow the paramedic has forgotten about the dozens of passengers that have just had to deplane because this guy won't get up and leave. Obj was then escorted to baggage claim by police, and there they made sure to reassure him that his baggage would be sent to LAX for him to pick up.
Hey, so I just spoke to the lady. She said, listen, on a flight that big, those bags are in the container, so they get sent to LA. So when you get to LA, you can pick them up there, or have somebody pick them up. All right? If you're gonna have somebody pick you up, just tell them that you're by door 3 arrivals, and they can pick you up here. Okay? My man, I'm out of here. You have a good one. Okay?
The cops obviously gave Odell special treatment here. But But what happens when officers have come across an entitled celebrity who begins to make threats?
I would get back in my truck right now if you let me out of these handcuffs. If you don't, it's going to be a mistake, sir. I promise.
On September 7th, 2023, country music singer Zach Bryan found himself involved with law enforcement after his private security was pulled over for allegedly speeding. When the officer asked the driver to park the vehicle in the parking lot, Bryan decided to park his pickup truck right next to the car and take it upon himself to try to get the officers to back down.
Hey, what you doing? I'm wondering why it's taking so long. Well, it's not any of your business. You need to get back in your truck because you're interfering with officer discharge of duties right now. Either get back in your truck or go to jail. I don't care which. I'll go to jail. Let's go. All right.
Bryan exits his vehicle and asks the officer why it's taking so long. The officer explains to him that he needs to get back into his vehicle, but Bryan refuses and when given the choice, decides to go to jail instead. The officer goes back to the SUV to try to make sense of things.
So, what is what's the issue with him interfering with my traffic stop? I'm not too sure, but I'm with security. Okay, traveling with him, we just had a conversation. I wasn't sure how exactly was going to apologize, but I don't know that. Well, he had no business stopping on this. I mean, I was okay with him sitting in the truck. When he gets out, I don't know who he is. I apologize, sir. Okay, all right.
After getting more info from the driver, the officer steps back into the police cruiser. And that's when Zach tries to play victim, even though the officer gave him a choice to step back in his truck.
Sir, these are insanely uncomfortable.
I understand that, sir. We'll change them in a minute. You made me put them on in a hurry. They really ain't built for comfort to begin with.
Sir, I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, yeah, you did. I asked you to leave and get back in your truck, and you said you weren't going to do it.
This is the second time this happened to me in 3 days, actually. Because cops have just been like way too brutal on me. Because
I gave you an option. I said,
I know.
Can I finish up the original stop? Let me finish up this one.
Yes, sir. Can you please take these handcuffs off me, sir?
I will, if you let me finish up this traffic stop.
There's no need for me to be handcuffs, actually.
Yeah, right now, there is, because you've interfered with my traffic stop.
Sir.
And you wouldn't let me finish.
I will This is why people do not like police officers.
I understand.
I understand too, sir.
I gave you an option.
No, yes, sir. No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. I'm a fucking 27-year-old kid. And I said, take me to jail then. I was being a smart ass. I apologized immediately after.
I know, and we will let me finish up this.
I would get back in my truck right now if you let me out of these handcuffs.
Well, if you
don't, it's going to be a mistake, sir. I promise. I know every high point. I know every sheriff in Tulsa.
Okay, that's fine.
I let 40 of them go to my BOK show. I know you don't give a but like this is just insane.
I didn't say that.
Second time this happened in 3 days. These cops are out of hand, truly.
Bryan continues to argue with the cops, stating this is why people don't like police officers, and even threatens the cops by saying that if he isn't let out of the handcuffs, it's going to be a mistake, and that he knows every sheriff in Tulsa. But the threats don't intimidate the officer at all. He finishes up his paperwork and carts Bryan off to jail. Bryan was arrested for obstruction of a law enforcement officer and was booked in the Craig County Jail, but was eventually released on a $1,000 bond.
Here are 3 times when school shooters realized they've been caught red-handed.
I thought it was allowed to bring a rifle in the parking lot. Bringing a gun on the school property, there's no law. There's no statute.
Starting with an 18-year-old who brought a loaded weapon to a high school. In 2023, a school in Ohio called the police after finding a bullet inside the cafeteria. Officers quickly came to try to find out who brought it, and they found out it was from an 18-year-old named Nolan Rosen, who even admitted it was his bullet.
It's not a bullet you found on a gun, right? Oh, somebody find something? You know about it? Because I had a bullet in my pocket, but it's not like I'm planning anything. Oh, okay. It's not on the ground. Okay. But I didn't know I'm not allowed to bring a bullet. Okay. Okay, why don't you call it? Wait, I'm not like a school shooter.
Nolan states his intentions were not malicious, but yet has a rifle and bullets which are located inside his car at school. He continues to explain himself, however the officers are still on the fence if he was planning something or not.
If I was a school shooter, I wouldn't tell you. You know what I mean? I understand.
today's day and age, you know, they gotta be very too safe. That's just it is.
Well, everybody gotta be careful, no.
Well, I have a 22 Henry rifle. Okay. Rifle. Gotcha. And I'm kind of like sentimental about it. Oh. So I use it. Well, I don't shoot it, but I use it as like a comfort thing, kind of. That makes sense.
Well, let me ask you this while I got you right here. Just to be honest with you, you didn't bring any gun to school, did you?
No.
That's the only you only had one round?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't like bring a gun into school.
No, okay, I know. But
that's not my intention.
You know I gotta ask though, right?
Was there a bullet found though? It's gotta be the reason we're doing all this.
Nolan says that he only has his weapon located in his car just for comfort reasons, and states that he only brought one bullet to school that day. But we would soon find out that that was a complete lie.
No, but I understand how it brings a concern up in the air.
Hey, can you put that Gatorade down real quick?
Of course.
Alright, just turn around, face over here real quick. Put your hand on that table for me.
Oh, I got more bullets. I got two.
Okay, don't put your hand in your pocket. Just keep your hands on the table. Just put them on the table. Just put them on the table for me real quick, okay? So I'm gonna have to search you.
Yeah, I got
That'd be nice. So you had 2 bullets in this one?
These are yours? Right here.
Okay, we'll get there. Okay.
Literally, if I thought I was doing anything wrong, I wouldn't bring it.
I got you. You just know in today's day and age you can never be too safe, right? Especially in a school environment, that's all.
This yearbook bag, the black one.
The one out for search. Right there. Okay, that's all of them?
Yeah.
Alright, so I do gotta continue searching, that's all. So,
Literally,
I'm gonna look this up.
22 rifles, not even assault. Not even assault.
Your favorite, kick your shoes off for me. You don't mind if you could take your bandana off as well.
Yeah.
Officers find 2 bullets and a pair of scissors on him, which are not very common items to find in a student's pockets. With these pieces found, you can see the officers look very uncomfortable. And here is when officers go out to Nolan's car to try to find the weapon that he was telling everyone about.
It's right here.
Yeah, just leave it right there for now. It's basically like just a 22 rifle, right? Like something you shoot rabbits with, or a squirrel. Yeah.
How to check if it's loaded?
We'll check it. This is like a single. You put it in there, I think.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you gotta like cock that back to
get inside.
This is how you
like
rack
chamber it. Well, I know one way you can do it is you can actually take it apart if it'll come apart. But of course it won't. Oh gosh. I'm just afraid if I
see a serial number on there?
See, that's not good. There's something right there. You see it underneath?
Oh.
Model
H004. GB.
I can't read it.
648534. Alright, yeah, let's try to make it safe.
Where are you located?
You said this isn't one that it like folds in half.
I think you got, no, it's not a breach. I think you have to, let's see what, oh, okay, so there's, let's see if this goes up there. Is there not a...
It's way skinnier than the bottom.
What the... Somebody... Is that us or somebody else?
That's it, Anthony.
Oh. I mean, if you keep it like this, so do you have a zip tie? I mean, if you just zip tied it like this, you're not going to be able to shoot it.
we secure it in here.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Alright, so what I would do, I would just leave it like this.
Yeah.
As long as this is not back, it's not gonna fire. And
not that we can tell.
I mean,
that kind of changes some things if it was, right? But I don't see anything.
I mean, I think for you guys, it
Doesn't matter.
No, I don't. Here's what I'm gonna do, if you don't mind. I'm gonna put 2 bullets. You don't have little zippies, do you? Bags?
He is 18, just so you know.
I'm gonna put the 2 bullets he gave us out of his pocket in here. And then I have one I'm gonna put in my other glove. And then that will be the one that we found. Yeah. Okay, is that alright?
Yeah.
If you do that, I'll do the report.
He's 18.
Oh, you got a little... Yeah, he's 18, so... I don't know.
I mean, I don't...
What the...
I guess...
higher ups want to do. They want to take him out of here in cuffs?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, I mean, he's 18.
He's 18.
I'll give him his due process. You can come in with me, Todd. And then it's a gun in the school.
You want
So this is the single?
This is the one that we found.
Right there. So, okay. So let's secure this.
You verified that he's 18? We looked on the...
Yeah, I can triple check, but
Is he a senior?
he's a junior.
18-year-old junior?
Yep.
Those are usually the ones that bring guns.
Once officers found Nolan's weapon and also found out he was 18, the school was ready to press charges for bringing a weapon on school grounds. Nolan starts to become nervous that he might be in huge trouble, so he tries to justify his actions by stating that it's not illegal to bring a weapon to school.
You are potentially facing a 10-day suspension and recommendation for expulsion. What potentially what? For guns, weapons, and disruption. So I just need you to sign here stating that I presented you with this. Wait. So it's a 10-day suspension, potentially. So we have to talk afterwards, but it's a possible 10-day suspension with a recommendation for expulsion for weapons, specifically guns and disruptors. So those are all policy-based. Oh, correct, yeah. Okay. But I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. Okay. Well, so why would I sign it? So I feel like I did nothing wrong. Are you refusing to sign? No, I'm not refusing to sign. So either sign or don't sign. Well, what happens if I refuse to sign? Then I just have Mrs. Ferguson witness that I presented you with this. It makes no difference. It actually makes no difference if you sign. Well, this is saying I acknowledged and I knew there was a policy against.
It doesn't say that. No, it doesn't say that. Just take a second to read through it.
But by checking it off, you're basically saying I knew there was a policy against that. I didn't know there was a policy against that.
Right, it's saying that you're facing a potential suspension and expulsion because of these violations. It doesn't say that you know what they were. It doesn't say any of that. So take a second to look at it to see what it actually says.
Just like try to look through all the policies to make sure that I was allowed to bring it.
Yeah, but you would have to sign that. That's just acknowledgement. It's not saying that you're guilty or anything like that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I thought I was allowed to bring it in the parking lot.
I mean, regardless, you're gonna have to either sign it or don't sign it. But
you know what I mean? I thought I was allowed to bring a rifle in the parking lot.
Okay.
Come on. It's just I guess it's a learning lesson though. You have stuff as serious as bullets. You gotta keep track of every bullet you have. You gotta really count them.
Yeah, and they can't ever come here.
All right. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Schools.
Well, I didn't look at the policies before I brought it.
It's a law, though.
There wasn't a law.
There is a law.
Not against bringing a gun. There's no statute. Dude, I promise I looked it up before I brought it, and there's no statute against it.
I assure you.
Nolan was suspended for 10 days and was later arrested on charges of possessing a deadly weapon in a school safety zone. But if you thought that was bad, you haven't seen the time when 4 teenagers tried to bring weapons and masks to school. On September 14th, 2022, 3 cars driving up to a high school in Ohio had 4 people in total trying to get in the building. Police were called to arrest and ask them why they brought multiple weapons and masks to school. But before they could, the teens started to run.
Yeah, rise on metal face went to school. It's a fucking giant.
We go inside.
Hey guys, come on here. All for you. Come on. Detain him.
What?
You're being detained.
What?
Detain him.
What I'm getting detained for?
Don't.
What I'm getting detained for? Ray, stop. Hey!
The teens were eventually all found, and fortunately, they didn't harm anyone in process with their weapons. However, their reasoning on why they ran was very odd.
Why are you guys running then? If there's nothing to run for, why are you running? Right? What do you got on you? Get up, man. Where are your boys at?
Tell me.
Why are you running?
Because y'all was grabbing me. What the heck?
We ran before we got to you, man.
No matter what is y'all grabbing me for?
You got none on you?
Okay, y'all let me go and do
No.
What I do?
Calm down. You just ran.
Be retained for what? You came up to me for no reason first.
Well, we would have told you
We
that.
would have just told you.
Why is y'all grabbing me?
y'all coming for us for no reason? It's too hot out anyways. You got a gun in your jacket.
All 4 people were arrested, and while their charges aren't currently public information, we can probably assume they were hit with a charge of possession of a firearm on school property and fleeing from a law enforcement officer. But while running from the police is pretty bad, you probably never seen the time when a 16-year-old boy was flexing on TikTok for bringing a loaded weapon to school. In 2022, a high school student in Florida was caught bringing a weapon to school. The police were notified once they saw he posted a TikTok video showing off the weapon. Afterwards, the officers went to the school to confront the student.
Do you know what this kid looks like? Let's get his backpack too. Are you? Come on. Sir? You know what I want to talk to you about? You don't know? Alright, do me a favor, keep your hands out of your pockets for me. Okay, take your backpack off for me. Alright, so somebody reported that they had a photo of you, and in the photo it looks like there's some sort of a weapon sticking out of a pocket, or take your hands out of your pockets. Okay, do me a favor, just lift your sweatshirt up, turn around for me. Turn around again. Lift your sweatshirt up again. What is that? Relax. Okay?
While the officer confronts the 16-year-old, he tells him to pull his hoodie, and that is when he spots the gun tucked inside his pants. Immediately after the cop spots it, the teen gets nervous and scared of what his consequences will be. But the officer goes ahead and arrests him. The 16-year-old, who stole the firearm from a relative, is being charged with possession of a firearm on school property, grand theft of a firearm, and carrying a concealed firearm. The relative is also pressing charges for theft. If you like true crime videos, then click on the video on screen to watch more.